and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the New York Jets. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A huge play there for the Jets. 47 yards. Into the red zone now. It's McCown. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
McCown throwing on 2nd. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson from 6 yards away. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Cat and zero out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Faking the give to Powell. Now McCown eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be knocked down sideways. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. He is, by the way, Jarvis Landry, the man who led the NFL in receptions this last year, 112 of them.
The only issue for him, because he did put it in the end zone 9 times, and people fear him as a running back after he catches the ball, he only averaged 8.8 yards per catch, and that's really down for him.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 63 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. McCown looks to throw on 3rd. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now McCown. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Then Charles, for Robbie Anderson, one of the few bright spots for the Jets this last year in what was otherwise a pretty forgettable season.
Yeah, not bad for an undrafted guy from Temple. He had 63 catches, nearly 1,000 yards, had 7 touchdowns. My favorite moment of the year, though, was when he scored a TD. I went right to the camera and told the fans to vote for him for the Pro Bowl. Trying to get the people's vote out.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He had to go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. But expanding a little bit on Kenyon Drake, interesting year because hardly used early on. Then Jay Ajayi goes to Philly, and he took over as the Dolphins' lead back after that trade.
And was never a lead back in college. He was always that accessory piece who helped him in the special teams as well. So we'll see what the Dolphins decide to do in 2018. See if they give him a little competition at that spot.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. On first down. Drake. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On second down, it's Drake. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Counter play, Drake. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll run. It's Drake. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Deep in the red zone. This was 4-down territory from the start. And here, they won't wind up with a touchdown, but they do get a great consolation prize as they convert and pick up a first down inside the 5.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Tannehill. Forced it, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. I'm going to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before half from McCown. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. Almost a tendency breaker.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Second down following the run. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, a 22. Now it's Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Darren Lee coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
We have so many different terms for third down, third and short, third and long, third and manageable. How about third and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 36. No gain on the play there. Second down. They run it again with Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Third and long. It's Tannehill.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a tempo program that was looking for players like him. And he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
Yeah, a nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure in the offensive side, they said, well, there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
On second down, Williams. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jarvis Landry from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins are in for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And he'll bang that one through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They fake the give. Now McCown. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Now McCown, and this one is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Got your blood. Slam.
Right back to Drake. And he's got some space here. He's got daylight. The 40. The 20. 10. And all the... Drake, 81 yards, and the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, two-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sideline? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline, ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's McCown. Got an open man. It's a noon one. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And he's got a noon one. And he'll be out of bounds downs just shy of the 40. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Powell. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
McCown. And this will be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Green, 39.
McCown to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Tannehill hands to Drake. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That'll be a gain of 16. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Dolphins going on 4th. It's Tannehill. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Leonard Williams in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, He goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's first and goal. Now they'll toss here to Powell. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So they're on the 5-yard line here, second down and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the pigskin will move from the 2 down to the 1.
And I have not met an offensive line yet that doesn't think they can get it in from the 1-yard line on a running play.
On the sneak, it's McCown trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Let's go! 3-19!
They run for it. Here's Powell. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
One final try for McCown, and it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
There's so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
So now here come the Dolphins. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that...
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. Absolute bedlam. You can forget overtime. What a finish, and this crowd in a frenzy.
As well they should be. That's the type of ending that you actually pay money to see. And when it turns out in your direction, oh yeah, you feel real good about that one. Let's face it, there are a few people who traveled to